We've reached the penultimate episode, and some people might argue that spending nearly 3 whole days of a 2-week holiday making videos about Game of Thrones is not a worthwhile use of time. But what do those happy, relaxed, on time for their flights people know? It's Game of Thrones, Season 6, Episode 9! Let's get into it on a roof really quickly! We begin in Meereen, where those slavers are not messing about. Daenerys is furious about this whole situation and wants to burn them all to a crisp. Thankfully, Tyrion is the one voice of reason. So, they decide to have a little chat about it and turn the tables. Yes! Dragon time! Stop! I love it when she rides that dragon, and what happens next can only be described as carnage! Everything's on fire, heads are rolling, throats are being slit. Even that cool Unsullied dude kills 2 people with one fell swoop. Incredible scenes! To the battlefield next, where Sansa and Jon are facing off with that murderous prick Ramsay Bolton, whose dick fetish knows no end, as he suggests feeding someone's balls to one of his dogs. Give it a rest, mate. Afterwards, back in the war room, they're playing another game of Game of Thrones Risk Edition. But Sansa wants to get involved, but she doesn't know all the rules. And you have to know the rules if you're going to play a board game. I reckon she might have a plan though. Back at camp, the Berserker and Sir Davos are comparing pre-battle preparation techniques. The Norwegian nutcase loves to get on the booze, of course, whereas Sir Davos prefers to take a hefty shit. Oh, and who's this making a surprise reappearance? Why, it's everyone's favourite droopy, gilf, magic, terrifying, weird thing, the Red Witch. Jon says, "If I die, don't bring me back again." And she replies, echoing the thoughts of viewers and TV producers everywhere, I probably will. I'll probably do it. Outside, Sir Davos is on his shit walk, and he comes across that toy that he gave to the stone-faced girl before they burnt her at the stake for no readily apparent reason. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure what the point of this scene was. Pathos. Back in Meereen, Theon and Comedy's Gemma Whelan have arrived to discuss terms and ships, but mostly to flirt with Daenerys. Nice. One weird arm wrestle Masonic handshake later, it's a deal. Finally, the morning arrives. The Battle of the Bastards is here. And Ramsay's starting the day off with a terrifying human barbecue before playing the most unpleasant game of pin the tail on the donkey you've ever seen with poor little Rickon. Oh no, another casualty of war. You buku dinky dao. Jon is furious and charges in on a suicide mission. I genuinely thought he was gonna die. But then, out of nowhere, horse pile-up carnage! Everyone goes flying. There's bodies, there's spears, there's swords. It's an incredible scene. It's like that bit out of The Revenant where he's running around chopping people to bits. It is mental. But it's not good enough. And finally, they find themselves surrounded. Until, who's that coming over the hill? Yes, it's Sansa with Littlefinger and the troops of that stupid Sky Hatch prince to save the day. Ramsay retreats back to Winterfell. Don't worry, those doors are pretty tough. I can't see anyone getting through those, unless, of course, you happen to be mates with a massive Liam Neeson giant who smashes his way through before being peppered to death with arrows. Shame. I liked that guy. Green giant. John and Ramsay trade quips, then do a sort of weird circus act where he catches all his arrows before John does what we've all been wanting to do for the last 2 seasons and pummels Ramsay to bits. Finally, we end with Ramsay tied to a chair and Sansa looking him dead in the eyes as a dog bites him in the face. Incredible! This is like that thing that happened to me when I was 5 years old and I blew up the nostril of a sleeping beagle and it bit me in the lip. Except I survived to tell the tale. Ramsay, I'm pretty sure, is pedigree chum now. And I bet they definitely ate his balls first. Nice one. Okay, I mean, I am almost certainly going to miss my plane.
Made it! Yes! If you've enjoyed this, do a subscribe. You can watch the last one. And if you're interested in seeing what else I'm up to, check out my vlog, Die Trying. I'm now going to edit this on an aeroplane. And probably not get a lot of sleep. But it's only 6 hours, so there's like the likelihood of doing it and sleeping. Slim. See you next week. One more to go.